Question number 6. So let us solve this quickly. So I have first subsection f of x equals x square plus 2x minus 5. F dash of x equals, when I differentiate, I have 2x plus 2. From this 2 a common adutha, I have x plus 1. So I need to equate this to 0. So I have 2 times x plus 1 equals 0. So x equals minus 1. So this is my critical point. So number line la I have minus infinity, minus 1 and infinity. Now I have to check the intervals minus infinity to minus 1. This particular interval and this particular interval. So minus infinity to minus 1. Minus 1 and minus 1 to infinity. So idhila eppadi irukku paakano. What is my f dash of x? It is going to be 2 times x plus 1. Whether it is increasing or decreasing, you have to check here. So this is going to be, the sign is going to be 2 positive, and I substitute the value something that is between minus infinity and minus 1. I can substitute minus 2. So minus 2 plus 1 is going to give me a negative value. So positive negative is going to be negative, which is less than 0. In that I can substitute the value 0. So I have positive, 0 plus 1 is also going to be positive. So overall I have a positive value which is greater than 0. So I see that the function is increasing in minus 1 to infinity. Enga greater irukko anga da function increasing, and f is decreasing in the interval minus infinity to minus 1. Okay, so basically the number line la eppadi irukku, minus infinity to minus 1 the function is decreasing, 1 to infinity the function is increasing. Okay, so this is what we have. Now subsection B. Okay, so I have f of x equals 10 minus 6x minus 2x square. When I differentiate, I have 0 minus 6 minus 4x. This is going to be minus 2 a common veliletta. I have 3 plus 2x. When I equate f dash of x to 0, I have minus 2 times 3 plus 2x equals 0. 3 plus 2x equals 0. X equals minus 3 divided by 2. So how does my number line look like now? I have the number line minus infinity to infinity. In between I have a minus 3 divided by 2. Now which all intervals do I check? Minus infinity to minus 3 by 2. So minus infinity to minus 3 by 2 is my first interval. Second interval is going to be minus 3 by 2 to infinity. And what is my f dash of x? It is going to be minus 2 into 3 plus 2x. And I need to check for the sign. In the column la sign check panna porom. In the column la greater than or less than 0 one check panna porom. Now when I substitute some value that is in between this, I can maybe substitute minus 2. Correct? Minus 3 by 2 and 1.5. Yeah. So I can substitute the value of minus 2. When I do that, for minus 2, it is going to be a minus sign. The minus sign is always going to be there. If in the x ku minus 2 substitute panna, what will I have? 3 plus 2 into minus 2 is going to be minus 4. So the value is going to be negative. Negative and negative is going to be positive, which means it's greater than 0. Okay. Now, from in this interval, I can maybe substitute the value 0. So, I'm going to have negative is always going to be there because minus 2. 3 plus 2 into 0, which is going to be a positive value. So, minus into plus is going to be negative, which is less than 0. So, in which interval is it increasing? It is going to be increasing in the first interval. So, f is increasing in minus infinity to minus 3 by 2. And f is decreasing in minus 3 by 2 to infinity. Okay, please copy. Subsection C. I have f of x equals minus 2x cube minus 9x square minus 12x plus 1. So when I differentiate, I have f dash of x is going to be minus 6x square minus 18x minus 12. So when I take the minus outside, I have minus 6 so I have 6 times x square plus 3x plus 2. When I split the middle term, I have in the function, so 2, I need 3. So I have 2 ones are. So inside the bracket, when I use the splitting the middle term, equals minus 6 times x square plus x plus 2x plus 2. So this is going to be minus 6 times x square. X a common veliletta, I have x plus 1. X plus 1 venuna, I need to do plus 2. So this is going to be minus 6 times x plus 1 into x plus 2. When I equate f dash of x to 0, I'll have minus 6 times x plus 1 into x plus 2 equals 0. So x takes the value minus 1 and minus 2. So in my number line, I have minus infinity to infinity. In between, I have minus 2 and minus 1. Remember, minus 2 comes before minus 1. என்ன அதனால தான் number line நம்ம எழுதுறோம். டைரக்டாவே போட்டிங்கன்னா கன்ஃபியூஸ் ஆயிடும். So what are my intervals going to be? I have minus infinity to minus 2, then minus 2 to minus 1, minus 1 to infinity. And my f dash of x is going to be minus 6 times x plus 1 times x plus 2. And I need to find out whether it's increasing or decreasing. Okay. Now first interval, minus infinity to minus 2, I can substitute the value minus 3. So minus 6 now, the minus is always going to be there. Minus 3 plus 1, which is going to be minus 2. So this is also going to be minus. Minus 3 plus 2, again this is going to be minus. Yeah. So again a minus. So minus minus plus, plus into minus is going to be a minus. So negative. So it is less than 0. So it is a decreasing function. But minus 2 to minus 1. So I can substitute the value minus half. Minus half minus 3 by 2. I can substitute minus 3 by 2. So what do I have? This becomes a minus. Minus 3 by 2 plus 1 is going to be a negative value. Minus 3 by 2 plus 2 is going to be a positive value. Okay, please calculate. Minus 3 by 2 plus 1 na minus 1.5 plus 1, which is minus 0.5. So minus 3 by 2 na minus 1.5 plus 2 is going to give me plus 0.5. So plus. So this is going to be a positive value, which means greater than 0, which means the function is increasing. Adhe madri minus 1 to infinity. So I can substitute the value 0. So minus 6 I have negative value. 0 plus 1 is going to be positive. 0 plus 2 is also going to be positive. So in total, it is going to be negative, which is less than 0. And hence it's a decreasing function. So function engala increasing, f is increasing in minus 2 comma minus 1, and f is decreasing in minus infinity to minus 2 comma minus 1 to infinity. So this is where the function is decreasing. Okay, please copy. Subsection D, f of x equals 6 minus 9x minus x square. So when I differentiate, I have 0, minus 9, minus 2x. So when I take the minus outside, I have minus times 9 plus 2x. Next step f dash of x equals 0. From this, I have minus of 9 plus 2x equals 0. X equals minus 9 divided by 2. So in my number line, minus infinity, minus 9 by 2 and infinity. So what are my intervals going to be? Minus infinity to minus 9 by 2. This is one interval. Other interval minus 9 by 2 to infinity. And what is my f dash of x? It's going to be minus 9 plus 2x. And I need to find whether it's increasing or decreasing. Now, minus infinity to minus 9 by 2. Minus 9 by 2 the value is minus 4.5. So, adha value so I'm going to take the value 5. Okay, so this minus is going to give me a minus, and the second term 9 plus 2x, I'm going to take the value minus 5. So I have 9 plus 2 into minus 5 is going to be minus 10. 9 minus 10 is going to be again negative. So the plus minus into minus is going to give me a plus, which is greater than 0, which means the function is increasing. Adhe mari in the I can take the value 0. If greater than nale takkan nama 0 eduthalam. So I have minus times 2 into 0 is going to be 0. This is going to give me a positive value. So this is negative, less than 0. The function is decreasing. So I have f is increasing in minus infinity to minus 9 by 2, and f is decreasing in minus 9 by 2 to infinity. Okay, please copy. Subsection E. I have f of x equals x plus 1 the whole cube, x minus 3 the whole cube. When I differentiate, this is going to be rendu function irukku. So vu dash plus uv dash. Yeah. So when I do that, I have vu dash plus uv dash. So x plus 1 the whole cube times d by dx of x minus 3 the whole cube plus vu dash, which is going to be x minus 3 the whole cube d by dx of x plus 1 the whole cube. So this is going to be x plus 1 the whole cube times, this becomes 3 times x minus 3 the whole square times 1. X minus 3 function irukku, adha differentiate panna 1. Plus what is this going to be? X minus 3 the whole cube times 3 times x plus 1 the whole square. The power gets reduced by 1. Ipo idhula edha common I can take 3 outside. I can take x plus 1 the whole square outside and x minus 3 the whole square outside. What will be left inside? I'll have x plus 1 from the first term, and from this I'll have x minus 3. Okay, so this is going to be 3 times x plus 1 the whole square, x minus 3 the whole square, bracket kulla I have 2x minus 2. I can take the 2 outside, so I'll be left with 3 2s are 6. 2 velila common adutha 3 and 2 6 side. X plus 1 the whole square, x minus 3 the whole square, x minus 1. 2 a common adha, I'll have x minus 1. So what are my values now? When I substitute f dash of x to 0, I'll have x to be minus 1, 3, minus 3 kadayadu. I'll have x values to be minus 1, 3 and 1. So these are my values. Ipa number line varaya poren. So my number line is going to be minus infinity to infinity. I'll have minus 1, 1, 3. So this is going to be the order. So how does my tabular column look now? I have minus infinity to minus 1 first interval. Second interval is going to be minus 1 to 1. Then I have 1 to 3. Then 3 to infinity. And my function is going to be 6 times x plus 1 the whole square, x minus 3 the whole square, x minus 1 and my f dash of x. Now in that I see that this is a square term. So ulla negative value vandalo it is going to be positive. This is also a square term. So ulla negative value vandalume it is going to be positive. So from 6 I have positive, x plus 1 the whole square positive, x minus 3 the whole square positive. Now in the term enna check pannu. So for the first interval I have minus infinity to minus 1 when I substitute the value of minus 2. Okay, for example, I'll have when I substitute minus 2 here, minus 2 minus 1 is going to be negative. So overall, I'm going to have a negative value, which means it's going to be less than 0. The function is decreasing. The first 3 terms are going to be positive because it's a square term and a positive term. The last term is going to be when I substitute the value 0, I'll have 0 minus 1, which is again going to be negative. So negative, less than 0, decreasing. Okay, now from 1 to 3, let me substitute the value 2. So I have positive, positive, positive. If the last term enna 2 minus 1 is going to be positive. So this is going to be positive, greater than 0, increasing. Now when I substitute the value 4, positive, 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 and the last value is also going to be positive. 4 minus 1 is going to be positive. So overall, positive, increasing function. So if a function engala increasing, function is increasing from, I can directly write 1 to infinity. Yeah, 1 to 3, 3 to infinity is going to be 1 to infinity. 1 to 3 and 3 to infinity is going to be 1 to infinity from the number line. Again, f is decreasing. Engala decreasing from minus infinity to 1. From minus infinity to minus 1, 1 to 1. Okay. Please copy. Question number 7. Show that y equals log of 1 plus x minus 2x by 2 plus x, where x is greater than minus 1. In the interval, you have to see that this is an increasing function. Okay, you have to, they've already given the interval. So the interval is given, you have to show that the function is increasing. So I have y, which is going to be my f of x. So I have f of x equals log of 1 plus x minus 2x divided by 2 plus x. When I differentiate, f dash of x is going to be log x, or a derivative is going to be 1 divided by x, which is in this case 1 plus x, and the function is going to be 1 plus x. So x or a derivative is going to be 1, so it doesn't matter. So 1 by 1 plus x is my first term. If a second term, this is of the form u by v. Enna formula theriyum? vu dash minus uv dash divided by v square. So let me do that. I'll open a bracket. Minus irukkiradhanaala I'm opening a bracket. Vu dash, which is the denominator, times d by dx of 2x minus uv dash. So 2x times d by dx. D by dx of 2 plus x divided by denominator square. So 2 plus x the whole square. So let me solve this term first. Let me have this aside for a while. Okay. So if solve panna, I have 2 plus x. D by dx of 2x is going to be 2 minus 2x times d by dx of 2 plus x is going to be 1 divided by 2 plus x the whole square. This is going to be, I have 4 plus 2x minus 2x divided by 2 plus x the whole square, which is going to be 2x cancel I know. So I have 4 divided by 2 plus x the whole square. So how does my f dash of x look now? So f dash of x is going to be 1 by 1 plus x minus 4 divided by 2 plus x the whole square. When I take the LCM, I have 2 plus x the whole square minus 4 times x plus 1 divided by 1 plus x times 2 plus x the whole square. So when I open the bracket, a plus b the whole square. So 2 square is 4 plus b square plus 2ab. 2 into 2. So 4x minus, when I open the bracket, minus 4x minus 4 divided by 1 plus x times 2 plus x the whole square. So here the 4x and the minus 4x get cancelled. 4 and minus 4 gets cancelled. So I'll be left with x square divided by 1 plus x and 2 plus x the whole square. Now, they've given in the question that I have to prove it's an increasing function in the interval x greater than -1. So, if x greater than -1 na, in the number line we are talking about minus infinity to infinity -1. So, we are talking about this particular interval. So, from -1 to infinity, I have to check my f dash of x. So, this is going to be x square divided by 1 plus x times 2 plus x the whole square. I have to check for the sign. So when I substitute some value that is in between this, so I have substitute 0 அப்படி போட்டா 0 வேண்டாம், மேல numerator x square இருக்கு, I'll put the value 1. Okay, so basically in the numerator it is a square term, so it is going to be positive, divided by in the 2 plus x the whole square is also a square term, so it is always going to be positive. இப்போ what about 1 plus x? 1 substitute panna 1 plus 1 is going to be 2, which is also positive. So from this overall it is going to be positive, greater than 0, and hence it's an increasing function. Okay, so we have showed that x greater than -1 la f is increasing. Okay, please copy.